there, readers. It's Mrs. Offer. I'm spending time in my backyard, in my back garden today. It's the most beautiful day, and getting outside in the fresh air definitely helps me feel centered, a little more mindful, and it brings me joy. I wanted to just share a fun story with you today that goes along with our ocean theme, and it's a Henry and Mudge book. It's called Henry and Mudge and the Forever Sea. And sea is another word for ocean, isn't it? Oh, you already knew that, you smart cookies of sprinkles. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A few months ago, we read another chapter book, another Henry and Mudge chapter book called Henry and Mudge and the Wild Wind. And you know, a lot of times, if you enjoy one book by an author or one book in a series with the same characters, right? You might really enjoy other books by that author or other books in that series. And so that's what I was thinking when I chose this story today. It's definitely an old favorite of mine. Let's get started. Henry and Mudge and the Forever Sea. It's written by Cynthia Ryland, and the illustrator is Susie Stevenson. This book is a really good challenge as we're getting ready for first grade because it's a chapter book. How cool is that? Ooh, it has 4 chapters. The first chapter is called To the Beach. I need to scoot a little closer so that you can see the pictures better because they're kind of small. It was summer vacation, and Henry and his big dog Mudge were going to the beach. Mudge had never been to the beach. Mudge is definitely one of my most favorite characters in this series. How about you? Henry promised he would like it. You'll like the waves, he said, and the sand castles and the shells, but don't drink the water, he warned. Too salty. Oh, Henry's really looking out for his pet, isn't he? They went in the car with Henry's father. In Henry's bag were green goggles, a yellow bucket, an orange shovel, and a dump truck. Ooh, those are good things to bring to the beach, aren't they? In Mudge's bag, I love how Mudge has his own bag, by the way, were a blue bowl, a jug of water, half of a bone, and a tennis ball. In Henry's father's bag were a book about shells, 6 towels, that's a lot, and a red rubber lobster he liked to bring along. That's funny. They sang sea songs all the way. Henry's father said, "Yo, ho, ho," about 100 times. Henry acted like a shark. Mudge just wagged. He couldn't wait to get there. One of my favorite things about Mudge, readers, is that I just think it's so funny. He like drools all over everything all the time. I know in real life that would not be funny, but it would be messy. But in the story, it always makes me laugh. Oh, our next chapter is called The Forever Sea. I see it, Henry shouted. The ocean was waiting. It was blue, and white, and forever. Oh, I hear some birds. In real life. Do you hear them too? Henry's father honked the car horn. Mudge barked. I think he's excited. I think it's an excited bark. I don't think it's an angry bark. They parked the car and ran for the sand. Mudge got there first. He ran right into the water. Splash! He is a big dog, isn't he? Henry was second. Splash! Henry's father was third. Splash! Oh, the author even used all capital letters when she wrote splash to know that it was a loud splash. Pretty cool. The white foam rushed around their legs. They laughed and hopped and ran. A big wave knocked Henry down. Oh, that's happened to me before. How about you? He rolled all the way back to shore. Oh, that's a long way. Wow, said Henry. He got up and ran back in. Henry's father rode a wave like he was on a surfboard. Oh, yeah. Can you do that? So cool. Whoa, friends, I just had a thought. I just made a text-to-text connection. Text-to-text connection with a setting in another story we've read together. I want you to think about that. We'll talk about it in a minute. Think about the setting, okay, friends? Where and when this story takes place. He rode it all the way back to shore. Wow, he said. He got up and ran back in. Mudge was not as brave as Henry and Henry's father. He just ran along the edge. He stayed out of the big waves. It's a little cautious, right? But he still got so wet that he looked like a whale with legs. They all played a long time. Oh, the next chapter is called Brave Dog. For lunch, Henry and Mudge and Henry's father walked to a hot dog stand. Oh, I think Mudge is going to be one happy pup, don't you? Henry had a hot dog with ketchup. Henry's father had a hot dog with ketchup, mustard, onions, coleslaw, chili, and cheese. Whoa! Yuck, said Henry. Mudge had 3 hot dogs, plain, in one gulp. That means literally he ate them in one bite, like all at the same time. Is that crazy? Ooh, I think he's going to have a stomachache. After lunch, Henry and his father began to build a sandcastle. Henry made the moats. Henry's father made the towers. Mudge made a nice bed and went to sleep. That's what dogs do a lot, huh? When the castle was finished, Henry's father stuck his red rubber lobster on the tallest tower. Then he and Henry clapped their hands. Suddenly, a giant wave washed far on the sand, and it covered everything. Oh, no. It covered the moats. It covered the towers. Oh, all of that hard work. It covered Mudge, who woke up. Oops, said Henry. Save that lobster, cried Henry's father. The water was pulling it out to sea. Oh, no. That's a problem. Mudge ran. Oh, Mudge to the rescue and jumped into the waves. He caught the lobster before it was lost forever. Well, a lot of dogs do like to fetch, right? Good dog, said Henry's father. Brave dog, said Henry. They all had cherry snow cones to celebrate. Oh, what a yummy summer treat. Mudge saved the lobster. Henry and Mudge and Henry's father walked along the sand, watching the orange sunset, watching the water sparkle green and yellow. Suddenly, a crab popped out from under the sand. Oh, a real live crab. It came up sideways very fast. Oh, sideways. So fast that Mudge nearly stepped on it. Yikes! Uh-oh. Well, one problem got solved, but now we've got another. Look out, Mudge! Henry said. Mudge stopped and put his nose to the sand. The crab looked at him. He looked at the crab. I can't tell if that is the front of the crab or the back of the crab, said Henry's father. Oh, no, he couldn't tell if he was looking at his face or his tush. That's silly. Suddenly, the crab ran sideways away from them. Mudge chased it. It popped back under the sand. Henry looked at its new hole. Wow, he said. Wow, said his father. Mudge stuck his nose into the hole, but nobody came out. Oh, I think so too. I think the crab was definitely scared of Mudge. Mudge is quite a big dog. Since we can't have crab for dinner, said Henry's father, I guess we'll have to have another cherry snow cone. Wow. Henry cheered and hugged him. As they walked down the sand, Mudge stuck his nose into every hole he saw. Huh, I wonder why he did that. Why do you think, readers? Oh, for sure. He wanted to see if that crab would reappear. Good thinking. But nobody ever came out. The end. Oh, readers, I just love that story, and I love the whole Henry and Mudge series. Just fabulous. I highly recommend this series, especially if you're in the mood for a chapter book. While we were reading, I asked you to think about making a text-to-text connection between the setting in this story, Henry and Mudge and the Forever Sea, and a setting in another story I shared with you a few weeks ago. Did you think of it? You got it! It was Pete the cat, Pete at the beach. Good job. So I made a connection. Both of these stories, Henry and Mudge in the Forever Sea and Pete the cat, Pete at the beach, take place at the beach. The setting is the beach in both stories. That's how they're connected. The setting is the same. Friends, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad you joined me for story time. Just for another quick recommendation before I go, if you enjoy Henry and Mudge books, you also might want to try the Annie and Snowball series and the Mr. Putter and Tabby series. Those are some of my dear, dear favorites. Keep up the great reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye!